YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to the archive. I haven't posted in a while, but I've been collecting still, even during this super crazy market. Took some time off, but I've been focusing a lot on binder sets lately. And the reason for that is I just kind of like looking at the cards in person. Now, graded slabs are cool, but it's always fun to look at things in a set that's complete and you can see everything at once. So, today I want to show you this is actually the first master set that I've completed. Now I do have an English binder, but we're going to look at Japanese. And this is the 1996 Japanese base set. This is what the booster pack looked like. And if you look at the back, 1996. Okay. So I just like to have that here just to see where these cards were placed in before you open the packs. And we're going to take a look at some of these and we're going to talk about it. Well, let me fix this. Sorry. So this set released in 1996 in October. Now there are two distinctions for Japanese, and this is part of the reason why I went with Japanese versus English. For English, there's about 4 different variants. You know, you have your first edition Shadowless, then you have Shadowless Unlimited, and then you have your 4th print. There's a lot to keep track of when you're trying to collect a full set of that. You got to pay attention to more things. For Japanese, they just had 2 different variants. They had a no rarity, which was the original release, and then they had the rarity symbol. And that's simply denoted by this little symbol right there in the bottom right. And obviously I'm speaking as if, someone might not know these things. For all the pros out there, I'm sure you know about the difference between no rarity and a rarity symbol, but we're just going to give a little history lesson and we're going to enjoy this artwork. So one thing that I want to talk about too is the order. A lot of people put their cards in Pokedex order. My English binder is actually in Pokedex order, but this Japanese binder is in the original order just to preserve the history of it. I really enjoy the historical aspect of these older cards these days. So I want to keep it as preserved as possible, an archive, if you will. And how they ordered it back then was by type and then rarity. So you had a type, which is, green, the energy type. And then it goes, commons through uncommons all the way to your actual rare and holographic cards, or holo for short. Gotta love that artwork. It's beautiful. So like I mentioned earlier, I like binders a lot more than graded slabs. Slabs are good. Slabs are good. You can have a slab and you can have a card protected, a single card itself, but there's something about looking at it in a binder form and you don't necessarily check the hardest for condition. Like I can tell you right now, all of these cards are, for the most part, light played to near mint. Like if you take a look at some of these, they look pretty good from both sides. So that's the thing about binders is you're not really chasing condition as much as you would if you're grading a card. Because once you start getting into the grading realm of things, now you're essentially trying to capture some type of value so that you can sell it later down the road. One rule that I have for me personally, this is different for everyone else, but if it goes in a binder for me, it's never going to be sold. And the cool thing about me doing this video is for me as much as it is to, show you guys a complete set, but I won't always have my binder with me everywhere that I go. So it'll be nice to view a video of my complete set. Let's go to the next page. By the way, who was your starter when you played the game? So I didn't play the TCG as much. I did more of the trading aspect of the cards when I was a kid, but I did play the game on Game Boy. I'm interested to know out there, who did you guys start with? I started with Squirtle. I had Pokemon Blue. I think I had Red as well. Look at this card. You gotta love the artwork on these. Now, there were 4 notable artists: Arita, Sugimori, Kinabuchi, Imakuni, and please forgive me if I'm pronouncing these incorrect. Don't beat me up out there in the comments. Those 4 artists, they really created something special with this set, with Pokemon in general, and I'm very glad to have just a piece of the history preserved. Look at some of these cards though. Let's continue to really enjoy some of this artwork. Poliwrath. Look at the hollow pad. Oh, sorry, my phone is. But yeah, these artworks are really, really crazy. Now I do want to mention, for some of the more rare cards or the more expensive cards, I did go the graded route and then I cracked them out of the slabs. Mostly for the rares, and what I would do, essentially my strategy, and I can kind of share this with everyone else out there because I do encourage you to collect and put these in a binder and have your own set. I found really decent condition commons and uncommons, and then I was able to search for the graded cards like this Charizard here. The reason I did that was I didn't want to guess the condition. A lot of people will say, "Oh yeah, this card is near mint," or "this card is light played," when this card is clearly not the greatest. It's pretty moderately played to heavily played, but it really looks good. The reason I went with this also is because they're already authenticated, so you don't have to guess if it's real or not. So you kind of have a 2-in-1. You already have a grade assigned to it, so you know that the condition is correct, and then you also know that it is an authentic item. Now, this Charizard is very well loved. It's very played, and which actually brings me to my next point, why I like collecting for the binder. And it's just you can enjoy the cards in the physical sense. You can take it out, look at them in the physical form without them being in a slab. And cards, if you want to take something away from how the watch guys talk about their watches, they have a little bit of patina on them, right? They were played. I'm sure some kid threw this card in his backpack without a sleeve and he just didn't care. He just wanted to take it with him to school. And I was the same way. I'm sure some of you out there were too. And so it's just kind of cool that each card has that history attached to it, and they all ended up here together in this binder. Let's continue to look through some of these. Sorry for the glare up here. I have not figured out a solution for how to deal with that yet. But what we can do is take a look at some of these close up. Look at that Haunter. So yeah, not too long of a video. I just wanted to share this. I just wanted to have some type of video to where I don't have to go dig up the binder in the closet, and I could still access my collection at some point and look at it and view it in a video archive. See, now I'm just going over some of my favorite cards. What's your guys' favorite cards out there? What are some of the cards that you guys made sure that you kept throughout your childhood? Which cards made it to present day, if any? I know my base set is not, or my English base set is not fully complete, but eventually I'll get to it. Right now I'm focusing on Japanese. Like I said earlier, it's a little bit easier with not as many variants. So it's a little easier to collect. Even this Farfetch'd, look at this. It's like a watercolor painting. Good old Ken Sugimori. You can't beat that artwork. I remember this card right here. This card right here in my English binder, I ended up trading for it. And this was the cool thing about cards, back then, or even today. I'm not around people that have a lot of Pokemon cards. I'm not around a lot of people that are into Pokemon cards. So the access is completely different, right? But when you're a kid and you have these cards and you're seeing their collections, you can trade for these things. So the card that I have in my English set for Hitmonchan it was traded. And I'm pretty sure I traded a Machamp, and it was one other card. I believe this card came in a deck. I'm not sure. It's been such a long time, but I did trade for that card. So that's another cool aspect of just the original base set and how things were a long time ago. So this is just basically a time capsule. I really do encourage you to have your own binder of things and have your own collection of things that are not just slabs. I know these days it's very easy to, oh, we got to grade everything. Everything needs to be some type of captured value so I could sell it in the future when the number goes up and it stonks. And I get it. You know, the market is really crazy right now, but it's really nice to sit back every now and then and take a look at your collection as a whole. This is cool. It's Pokedex. OG Pokedex. And then the last bit of cards, I do want to share this as well. This is what I was talking about earlier, where I'd cracked some cards out of slabs. I was going for mostly 7s, 8s. The Charizard itself was a 5, CGC 5. And, you know, the Charizard, that was probably the most expensive card in the set. So anyway, that's all for the Japanese base set, guys. I will share more videos when I complete more sets. It's been a little while again. Thank you for tuning in. And what are some of your favorite cards from the original base set? Share it below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.